I'm normally reticent. Why do you just stand there?
Say, what's the dividing line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class?
My dear fellow.
Don't my dear fellow me.
Was I patronizing? I'm sorry, but your question about the classes bewildered me.
And when you're bewildered, you become patronizing?
I don't express myself too well sometimes. I'm in publishing, not writing.
So be it. The truth is, I was being patronizing.
Oh no, you needn't say that.
So let's see, who are your favorite writers? Baudelaire and Stephen King?
I like a great many writers. I have a considerable catholicity of taste, if I may say so. Those two men are fine, each in his way. Baudelaire, of course, is by far the finer of the two, but Stephen King has his place in our national...
Skip it.
Sorry.
Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo today? I walked all the way up Fifth Avenue from Washington Square. All the way.
Oh, you live in Greenwich Village.
No, I don't. I took the subway down to the village so I could walk all the way up Fifth Avenue to the zoo. It's one of those things a person has to do. Sometimes a person has to go a very long distance out of his way to come back a short distance correctly.
Oh, I thought you lived in Greenwich Village.
What were you trying to do? Make sense out of things, bring order, that whole pigeonhole bit? Well, that's easy. I'll tell you. I live in a 4-story brownstone rooming house on the Upper West Side between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. I live on the top floor, rear west. It's a laughably small room, and one of my walls is made of beaver board. This beaver board separates my room from another laughably small room, so I assume that the two rooms were once one room. A small room, but not necessarily laughable. The room beyond my beaver board wall is occupied by a colored queen who always keeps his door open. Not always, but always, when he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with Buddhist concentration. This colored queen has rotten teeth, which is rare, and he has a Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare, and he wears the kimono to and from the John in the hall, which is pretty frequent. I mean, he goes to the John a lot. He never bothers me, he never brings anyone up to his room. All he does is pluck his eyebrow, wear his kimono, and go to the John. Now, the other rooms, the front rooms on my floor, are a little larger, I guess, but they're pretty small, too. There's a Puerto Rican family in one of them, a husband, a wife, some kids. I'm not sure how many. These people entertain a lot. And in the other front room, there's somebody living there, but I don't know who it is. I've never seen who it is. Never. Never, ever.
Why do you live there?
Huh?
It doesn't sound like a very nice place where you live.
Well, no, it isn't an apartment in the East 70s, but then again, I don't have one wife, 2 daughters, 2 cats, and 2 parakeets. What I do have, I have toilet articles, some clothes, a hot plate that I'm not supposed to have, a can opener, one that works with a key, you know, a knife, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 1 large, 1 small, 3 plates, a cup, a saucer, a drinking glass, 2 picture frames, both empty, 8 or 9 books, a pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck, and the Western Union typewriter that prints nothing but capital letters, and a small, strong box without a lock, which has in it what? Rocks! Some rocks, sea-rounded rocks that I picked up on the beach when I was a kid, under which, weighed down, are some letters. Please, letters. Please, why don't you do this? And please, when will you do that, letters? When, letters, too? When will you write? When will you come? When? These letters are from more recent years.
About those 2 empty picture frames?
I don't see why they need any explanation at all. Isn't it clear? I don't have pictures of anyone to put in them.
Your parents, perhaps a girlfriend?
You're a very sweet man, and you're possessed of a truly enviable innocence, but, good old Mom and good old Pop are dead. You know? And I'm beaten up about it, too. I mean, really. But that particular vaudeville act is playing the cloud circuit now, so I don't know how I can look at them all neat and framed. Besides, or rather to be pointed about it, good old Mom walked out on good old Pop when I was 10.5 years old. She embarked on an adulterous turn of our southern states, a journey of a year's duration, and a most constant companion among others, among many others, was a Mr. Barleycorn. At least that's what good old Pop told me after he went down and came back and brought her body north. We'd received the news between Christmas and New Year's that good old Mom parted with the ghost in some dump in Alabama. And without the ghost, she was less welcome. I mean, what was she? A stiff? A northern stiff? At any rate, good old Pop celebrated the New Year's for an even 2 weeks and then slapped you to the front of a somewhat moving city omnibus. That pretty much cleared things out family-wise. Oh wait, then there was Mom's sister, a woman given neither to sin nor the consolation of body. I moved in on her, and my memory of her is slight, except I remember she did all things dourly. Sleeping, eating, working, praying. She dropped dead on the stairs of her apartment, my apartment then too, on the afternoon of my high school graduation. Terribly a Middle European joke, if you ask me.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, you're what? Anyway, that was a long time ago. And I don't have any feelings about any of it that I care to admit to myself. But perhaps you can see, though, why good old Mom and good old Pop are frameless. What's your name? Your first name?
I'm Peter.
I forgot to ask you. I'm Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
Now let's see, what's the point of having a girl's picture, especially in 2 frames? I have 2 picture frames, remember? Do you remember? I never see the pretty lady more than once, and most of them wouldn't be caught in the same room as a camera. It's odd, and I wonder if it's sad.
The girls?
No, I wonder if it's sad that I never see the little ladies more than once. I've never been able to have sex with, or how would you put it, make love, with anybody more than once. Once, that's it. Oh wait, for a week and a half when I was 15, and I hang my head in shame that puberty came late, I was a homosexual. I mean, I was queer. Queer, with bells ringing, banners flapping in the wind. And for those 11 days, I met at least twice a day with the park superintendent's son, a Greek boy whose birthday was the same as mine, except he was a year older. I think I was very much in love. Maybe just with sex. But then again, that was the jazz of a very special hotel, wasn't it? And now, do I love the little ladies? Really, I love them. For about an hour.